Have you ever felt that subtle, persistent current beneath the surface of your days? A quiet hum of worry, a whisper of what-ifs that sometimes swells into a powerful, undeniable wave? That feeling of needing to control everything, yet paradoxically feeling utterly out of control. A familiar companion that often arrives uninvited, settling in the chest, tightening the shoulders, or quickening the breath. Just notice that feeling now, without judgment, without the need to change anything, simply allowing it to be present.
And as you simply notice that feeling, perhaps for the very first time, without the usual struggle, without the familiar urge to push it away, just allowing yourself to acknowledge its presence, you might begin to recognize a very ancient journey, a path walked by countless souls throughout history, including a young shepherd boy named David. He knew what it was to feel hunted, to hide in desolate caves, to face formidable giants, both outside in the valley and deep within his own anxious heart. He knew the racing pulse, the questions that echo in the quiet of the night, the weight of responsibility and fear, long before he ever wore a crown or led a kingdom.
Yes, that knowing, that deep, visceral knowing within your own body. Perhaps you can feel it now, a subtle tightening in the chest or a gentle clenching in the jaw. Or maybe you hear a familiar internal dialogue, a voice that rushes ahead, predicting future scenarios, planning for every contingency, or perhaps even softly criticizing. And as you simply observe these sensations, these internal sounds, these faint inner pictures that may flicker across your mind's eye, you might also begin to notice the vast, calm space around them, the spaciousness that holds these experiences without being defined or confined by them. Just notice the breath, flowing in and flowing out, a steady, gentle rhythm, always present, always available, a quiet anchor in the midst of any internal storm.
Like David, hiding in the dark, cool cave of Adullam, surrounded by shadows and the immense weight of uncertainty, yet within him a resilient spark of something divine. He didn't deny the fear, he felt it, he expressed it profoundly in his psalms, pouring out his honest heart to the vastness beyond the cave walls, to the God he trusted. He allowed the anxiety to be present, to flow through him, and in that very act of allowing, a different kind of profound strength began to emerge. Not a strength that fought against the fear, but one that contained it, understood it, and eventually transcended it. He discovered a true refuge, not merely in the physical shelter of the cave, but in the quiet, courageous surrender of his spirit to something larger than himself.
And as you continue to listen to the gentle, rhythmic cadence of these words, you may begin to allow your own breath to deepen further, to expand, to create even more spaciousness within that very area where tension might have been residing. Imagine that breath as a soft, warm current flowing effortlessly into those tight, constricted places, gently softening, gently releasing. It's possible now to feel a subtle yet profound shift, a loosening, a letting go, not forcing it, but simply inviting it with a quiet curiosity. You can choose to notice how your shoulders might naturally soften, how your hands might gently relax, how the delicate muscles around your eyes might smooth, as if a gentle, calming wave is washing over you, carrying away the residue of hurried thoughts and accumulated worries, allowing them to drift away effortlessly.
Drifting deeper still, with each soft, easy exhale, allowing your mind to quiet, like the surface of a pristine lake becoming perfectly still, reflecting the expansive sky above. You are not your anxiety. You are the vast, tranquil consciousness that holds it. You are the deep, calm ocean beneath the surface waves, which may churn and swell for a time, but cannot disturb the profound stillness of the depths. And as you descend into this inner sanctuary, this sacred space within, you may discover a quiet knowing, a deep inherent wisdom that has always been there, patiently waiting for your attention. It's like finding a hidden spring in the heart of a parched wilderness, clear and refreshing, offering not only solace, but also profound direction. This inner wisdom, this deeper self, knows precisely how to navigate the anxious currents of life, just as David learned to navigate the treacherous paths of his challenging life, guided by an unwavering inner compass, a profound trust in a presence far greater than his immediate fears.
Yes, trusting that deeper current, allowing yourself to be gently carried, not by the anxieties that may arise, but by the quiet, foundational strength that resides eternally within you. Just as David, through his heartfelt laments and his unwavering faith, eventually found his way to a profound place of internal peace, a place where his heart could truly rest, even amidst the most intense external turmoil. He learned to differentiate between the frightening roar of the lion and the soft, steady whisper of divine grace. And you too can begin to discern those subtle yet crucial differences within your own unfolding experience, to recognize the patterns of anxiety not as an ultimate threat, but as an old messenger carrying valuable information that can now be gently received, understood, and ultimately profoundly transformed, preparing the way for a new kind of freedom, a deeper, more abiding sense of internal peace that is already beginning to awaken and unfold within you, right here, right now, in this very moment.
Right here, right now, in this very moment. And as that peace begins to awaken and unfold, like a delicate bloom opening to the morning sun, you might notice a subtle shift within, a softening, an easing, perhaps a quiet whisper of recognition that the old stories, the familiar patterns of anxiety, were merely echoes from a past self reaching out for attention, not to harm, but perhaps to be understood and then gently released. Imagine for a moment the young David standing before Goliath, not with fear, but with a quiet, unwavering faith in a strength far greater than his own. He didn't fight Goliath on Goliath's terms, but with the simple, true tools he possessed. And in the same way, you possess an inner truth, a spiritual sling of grace, capable of disarming the giants of worry and apprehension that may have loomed large in your perception.
Yes, Milton. It's about recognizing that the giant of anxiety, though it may seem formidable, is often more a shadow cast by past experiences than a present, tangible threat. And as you begin to see this shadow for what it is, a fleeting form that shifts with the light of your awareness, you can allow yourself to feel a profound sense of calm begin to spread through your entire being. Imagine a warm, soothing current flowing from the top of your head down through your shoulders, relaxing every muscle, every fiber, all the way to the tips of your toes. You might even hear a gentle sigh of relief, an inner sound of letting go, as if your nervous system is exhaling, releasing all that tension it has held onto for so long. This is the wisdom of Solomon, not in grand pronouncements, but in the quiet discernment of what truly serves your highest good and what can now be gracefully set aside.
And as you allow that gentle current of calm to flow, you are not just releasing tension, you are creating space. Space for new patterns of thought, new ways of being. Jesus spoke of not worrying about tomorrow, for today has enough trouble of its own. This isn't a dismissal of planning or responsibility, but an invitation to anchor your awareness firmly in the present moment, where true peace resides. Anxiety often pulls us into a future that hasn't happened, or drags us back to a past that cannot be changed. But here, in this sacred now, you are safe, you are held, you are whole. Feel the solid ground beneath you, the gentle support around you. Notice the quiet strength that has always been within you, waiting for this moment to re-emerge, like a deep spring bubbling up to the surface. And as you feel this profound sense of inner security, you can begin to trust that all is truly well, and all will be well.
That's right. This isn't about ignoring challenges, but about facing them from a place of inner fortitude rather than from a place of fear. It's about building an inner temple, much like Solomon built his magnificent temple, not with stones and mortar, but with intention, faith, and the quiet knowing that you are divinely supported. Each breath you take now is a building block of peace, a moment of profound presence. See yourself standing tall, centered, unburdened by the weight of unnecessary worries. Feel the lightness in your chest, the ease in your breath. Hear the gentle rhythm of your own heart, a steady drumbeat of life, reminding you that you are alive, you are present, and you are capable of navigating whatever comes your way with grace and resilience. You are not just coping, you are thriving, drawing deeply from the wellspring of peace within you.
And as this deep peace settles in, becoming a fundamental part of your being, you might find yourself wanting to nurture this newfound calm, to deepen this connection to your inner wisdom, to continue on this journey of spiritual growth and emotional healing, allowing faith to guide you through life's complexities. This journey, this path of cura da ansiedad, is one that unfolds step by gentle step, each moment of quiet reflection building upon the last.
Indeed. And if you are finding solace and strength in these moments of guided reflection and wish to continue exploring these transformative pathways to inner peace and spiritual insight, we warmly invite you to join our community. To continue receiving these powerful messages and guidance, please take a moment right now to subscribe to our channel, Faith in 10 Minutes. By subscribing, you ensure that you can continue this beautiful journey with us, nurturing your spirit and finding daily moments of peace and inspiration that will truly transform your life, one mindful breath at a time.
So go ahead, take that moment now to click and subscribe. And as you do, feel the commitment to your own well-being deepening, knowing that you are investing in a future filled with greater peace, clarity, and purpose. May grace abound in your heart, may peace illuminate your path, and may you walk in the unwavering strength of your own divine spirit, now and always.
Amen. And so it is.